Hello Ratbags, it's Jade Games back again with another Fortnite Battle Royale video. Today we're talking about the brand new update that's coming tomorrow, what's included and what's going on with some of the patch notes, the bug fixes that you might have been encountering in last week. So the big news is there's a brand new item, the Chug Jug. That's right, I said it right, hell yeah. Low HP, no shields, enemies all around. Give yourself a fighting chance with the all new Chug Jug. Find a safe place to chug this jug for 15 seconds and you gain a max health and max shields. Seriously OP guys, this is going to be a legendary drop. You're not going to be finding this just anywhere. I reckon it'll probably be only in big loot drops or once in a blue moon somewhere. It's great stuff, but 15 seconds to hide somewhere and actually take it, that is a hell of a long time, but if it does the job and it gets you all that way up to the top, that is going to be really good for endgame stuff, particularly when you'll be able to get hold of the drops much easier, as long as you're willing to risk it when the circle's so smaller. So when's this update due? Well, it's update due tomorrow, in fact early hours of the morning. Normally they get applied around 9 AM in the morning and looks like that's going to be the case for the UK, so that's going to be very early in the morning indeed for America. It is a tiny update, a server update, so you won't have to do anything, they're simply just going to flick a switch. There's going to be nothing to download, so there'll be no update to download on your console or PC, it's simply a case of them slicking the switch. They also got news about the winter event wrapping up on the actual Save the World, the PvE version. They get rid of the winter event they had over Christmas and now it's just returning back to what its normal vanilla style one. So patch notes, what else are they doing? They're adding auto run. No longer will you have to hold the button in, you can now double tap the left stick button and it will carry on running. If you're using PC it's going to be the equal sign or the num lock. Also get rid of aim assist on consoles if you choose it. There's going to be a brand new setting which allows you to turn it off. Now depending how you feel on that, that's either going to be really good or really bad. Maybe you're super OP, maybe you're a real Twitch gamer with the control pad and you like having its settings really high and you don't want that aim assist. But for many people they probably need it. What's interesting there is if you watched my video the other day I talked about crossplay coming. They've enabled crossplay again. It turns out again it was a mistake by them supposedly. They weren't meant to have the crossplay working just yet. There's been no official word but I've seen a lot of chat on the forums saying that it was a mistake today and that it was something they need to fix and so that there won't be no crossplay. But it's definitely something coming up in their plans. They just obviously need to convince Sony how to do it. There is progression across PC and actual PlayStation 4. No matter what version you buy, you can actually play it on the other console or the PC. So if you buy it on PC, you can play it on PlayStation. If you buy it on PlayStation, you can play it on PC, and your progress carries over. What doesn't carry over is things like V-Bucks. They stay to the platform that they're on. Anyway, back to the bug fixes and the patch notes. Wooden power poles no longer block building. Spike traps found in supply drops will now stack with other spike traps found elsewhere. The spike trap's effective range will now more accurately match the distance of the spike animation. Supply drops no longer hover above the ground after landing. There was an issue with shield potion and slurp. Visual effects not necessarily working already when they're shielded. They fixed a bunch of issues with the cozy campfire looking like it was still on even though it finished, and lots of issues to do with collision from eliminated players persisting too long. And for lots of you who've been seeing these tip guides where people hide in a actual container as it falls and then surprise someone coming to get it, they've fixed that now. You'll no longer be able to hide inside a supply drop. They've changed the speed that you can use the building pieces if you've got poor network conditions, and they've fixed an issue which caused dropped items to fall off the edge of the map and spawn near a living player. And just for the little mini game, if you've not tried it, if you head over to the stadium, if you kick in a basketball through a soccer net, it no longer counts as a goal. It's only soccer balls that work. So what else have they done with weapons? They've improved the actual grenades. The accuracy of the arcs is going to be much better. They've fixed the problem that allowed players to switch between two scoped weapons without leaving the scope view. Players' weapons will no longer disappear for a short time after the effects of a boogie bomb wears off. And they've reduced the delay between throwing a grenade and switching to another weapon. And this is quite a big one, general. Quitting a match early will no longer award stat or challenge progress. Progress will only be awarded when a player leaves after they've eliminated or have won. If you're looking to get the Battle Pass tier, they're doing a bundle at the moment which gives you a saving. Supposedly it's meant to give you a real boost so you can get up to the maximum tier if you're close to it. But if you're above level 65, member of the 75 levels, the tier will not actually work. You cannot purchase it. You can now mute party members from the lobby screen, so if you're in the party and people just join you randomly, don't worry, you can put them on silence. And there's a bunch of other ones, but they're not necessarily too sexy or too high, just to do with things like the Pro Combat Controller config, and the radial emote menu will no longer persist after the warm-up phase if left open. I'll leave the link to the patch notes if you want to go and read them all yourself. There's a few more issues with World, there's a few more issues with audio, but again it's nothing too major. They just seem to have lowered the sound for a lot of actions like jumping out of the sky plane, etc. And lastly, finishing off with World, they have added more loot spawns to Haunted Hills. You will have noticed there is an actual ghost town in Haunted Hills. Do you get it? Do you get it? There really hasn't been much going on there, so hopefully now there's going to be much more loot. So that's going to be the first place I'm dropping when I get on the update as it launches tomorrow. A few more bug fixes, finishing it off. Moist in my water that did not slow players down. 2 areas where players could hide under the terrain by the edge of the river. They've fixed missing collision on Junkyard Crane. Fixed the minecart and shifty shafts that couldn't be destroyed. Fixed the issue that caused the soccer stadium to sometimes not load in properly. Fixed the seam in the terrain near Flush Factory that allowed players to see through the map. Added collision to pillars in Haunted Hills so players can no longer hide inside them. So there you go guys, what do you think about that? Are you hyped for getting the Chug Jug if you manage to find one? I really think this is only going to be available in loot crates. Maybe very, very lucky if you get hold of one. Will it be the defining thing when you've got players all around you, the circle's so small? Are you going to be able to spend 15 seconds taking one of these bad boys? And I can't wait to try the double click on the left stick button to run. No longer will I have to hold something. I am Jade for all the Fortnite news, update, info, live streams and gameplay guides. Make sure you've got my notifications turned on. And you like this video guys, really help me out and show some love for the Fortnite. Until next time, I'll see you ratbags later. Bye bye.